Assalamu alaikum my dear friends, I'm Sayyid Kashif Mahmood. Today we will discussing about the agencies of socialization. In the last lecture we have already talked about the concept of socialization. There we have learned that socialization is the process in which the person learning from his or her environment. So in this video we will specially focus upon the agencies of socialization. First of all, let's try to know the word agency. Agency is basically that organization which is responsible for doing something. So now what does it mean in socialization? So in socialization we can interpret it like that those organization which helping individual to learn from his or her environment or surrounding. Dear friends, after the concept of agencies of socialization, now let's discuss its types. So if we are dealing with the society, so we will term the agencies like social agencies. Now there are two basic types of the social agencies. The first one is formal agencies and the second one is informal agencies. We have already talked about formal and informal in our last videos. Formal mean with specific rules, regulation and documentation. So formal agencies are those agencies which having rules, regulation and documentation, and the best examples of the formal agencies will be school, college and madrasa. As we know that in school, colleges and madrasa we are having different kind of rules. We are having that you must have to bring white clothes. We are having that you must have to come at 8 a.m. and you have to leave the college at 1 p.m. So there are different kind of rules as well as we are having documentation. If you analyze in the school or colleges, every student and every member of the college having his or her own documentation. We taking documents to get admission there. Everyone having his or her own identity. If you analyze, the teacher having his or her own documentation to be there in the college, and because of that they are labeled as teachers. And the student having their own documentation, and they're having documentation to get admission there. They're having exams, rules and regulation with the part of that formal agencies. And these are called formal agencies because there is specific rules and documentation, and agencies in the sense that these organizations really helping in the process of learning, that is socialization. Now my dear friends, let's move on into the informal agencies. So informal agencies are those agencies which do not having any kind of formalities. There is no rules and documentation. Now let's learn this concept from the examples of the informal agencies. The best example is family. If you analyze here, to be the member of a family, there is no need to give an exam. And the father is the head of the family without any documentation. So this is informal agency. And why the family is known as agency? Because the family is the place where a baby learning. It really helping in socialization. After the family, the best example is neighborhood. Neighborhood is also one of the best place for a person to learn, especially for a baby to learn. And then the relatives. So all these are different informal agencies from which a person getting socialization. So all of these helping in the process of socialization. That's why it is called agencies, and there is no rules and documentation. That's why it is called informal agencies. So these were few concepts which we have discussed today. We will meet in the next videos. Take care of yourselves, study hard and go ahead. Assalamu alaikum.